as an attacker, I'm like, okay, now I know what preventative measures they have, so I start writing my attack, right? I start grabbing everything that I want to do for social engineering. But now I need to figure out who I want to target. Now, how do you figure out who you want to target in a company without having insider information? You may know?
Always sales.
Always sales. Well, sales always works. Like, sales will do anything for you.
Recon NG.
Recon NG. Well, it's part of it. So let's pick a company to pick on. All right, someone yell at a company, and again, I'm going to preface this because this is being recorded that I'm not hacking any company in any way, shape, or form. This is all open source intelligence information. So pick a company.
Progressive insurance.
Pick another company.
Heinz.
What's that?
Heinz.
Heinz?
Yeah.
So the ketchup, H-E-I-N-Z. So first we're going to use the Harvester. Now the Harvester is a tool that just basically scrapes Google looking for email addresses, okay? There's a lot more to it than that. It's a much bigger tool than that. But what's nice about Harvester, and the only thing that we're looking for is their schema, how they use their email addresses. So is it first dot last name, first initial last name? What's the correlation of how they actually use their email addresses? Because I need to know that. So if I'm going to target Heinz, it's probably Heinz.com, I would guess. So we do a domain search. We're going to do Heinz.com. And we're going to do -D for Google. And we're going to go ahead and search. So let's go ahead and search. I don't have internet connection, I don't think. Or do I? Is anybody messing with the internet right now? All right, we got it. Let me see. It might be natted. Hang on. Abridged. Natted. That's weird. Oh, -B. Thank you. Thank you. So it's going to search. Amazing what syntax does. It's going to search. It's going to find anything related to Heinz.com. Now notice here.
Good job. I actually had to get that off their investor page. They're actually
us.hjheinz.com?
Yeah.
Yep. So we got us.hjheinz.com. So let's use that again. Put that back into the domain. Oh, you guys haven't seen anything yet, trust me. This is nothing. This is just we need to know their schema of how they do things.
Well, that guy's got to be.
It was that
one
actually
name,
was
Smith.
enough for me when I did it.
What's that?
I said this was enough for me when I did it. It
Yeah.
wasn't too Heinz.
Yeah.
It was a site they used. And yeah, when username equals password, this is a thing.
Yeah. And watch this. So we know here that first dot last name at us.hjheinz.com is the domain name, right? So we don't care about this yet. I mean, these are probably, these are so unreliable because they're scraping off of email addresses off of websites. So this could have been from 10 years ago, from 5 years ago. We don't know. But we don't care about this. We just need to know the schema of this, okay? Now we're going to load up Recon NG. And the way that you do that is just type in recon-ng. It's complicated. And now you're running inside of Recon NG. And this is very much a Metasploit-like syntax. When you talk to Tim wanted to give you the look and feel of Metasploit. Now what's funny is, he's a little bit of a joker. If you notice here, it looks like a menu. So, a set is a menu-driven thing. So if you do one of these menus, like if I hit like 1, for example, he's going to say this is not the social engineer toolkit. So kind of funny. Yeah. Well, and then I told him, well, I was talking to, so we were all drinking beers in Vegas, and he'll be at DerbyCon, but we're drinking beers in Vegas, and I was giving him hell for this, and John Strand's like, dude, have you implemented the new thing yet? And he's like, oh, no, I haven't implemented it yet. So maybe in the new version, but basically when you hit 1, it's going to exit you out of Recon NG and automatically launch set for you. So that's the new one. But anyways, so you have a few different options here, and it's very much the same syntax as Metasploit. We're all familiar with Metasploit. If you've used it a number of times, you feel comfortable with it. It just takes some time for the syntax. But you're in this prompt here. If I type in question mark, it tells you all of the different types of things that you have. So what I'm going to do is type show modules. You can see all the different modules here, okay? See all these? These are the modules we're going to use. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this one right here, which is the jigsaw module. Now, there was a script that came out a long time ago from, God, his name's escaping me. Let me see if we can find it real quick. I want to give them credit for it. While that searches. Anyways, so there's a script that came out initially where there was a tool that would actually scrape a website called Jigsaw. And it's a guy from Akivon. I just can't remember his name. It's escaping me right now. But basically what would happen is Jigsaw is a collective thing where you can basically pull sales information from points of contact within an organization. It's a huge one. It's one of the largest. And they get this information from basically every major resource you could ever possibly imagine. They're one of the largest collectives of that type of data ever. And it's very accurate data. And what they have available, you have to pay for it, is you have it gives you the first, the last name, the phone number, their point of contact, their email address, and the position and title that they're in. So it's basically a collective of a bunch of information to be able to do. So with Jigsaw, what you can do is you can actually scrape a lot of the information, pull it back, and give you a lot of information from it. Now, the problem you have is that Jigsaw has a bug that you can do, and you have to do cookie manipulation to do it. But basically, it allows you to extract all this information for free. Just the first, last name, and then point of contact number. Now, why is that important for us? Because we know their email schema, right? So we know first dot last name is the point of contact, and now we know their position title. So whoever we want to target, we can go after through Jigsaw. So if I look at this, I type in use space module. If I just do show options here, there's only one option that we need to specify, and it's the domain, our company. And what did we say it was? us.hjheinz. See that? So all I did was I just typed in set space company space us.hjheinz.com. And what it's going to do is it's going to start to extract all of those for me. Now I might have to do just heinz.com. I'm not sure yet. You just type in run. Nope, I found it. It's going to be a big company, so it's going to take a little while. But I've seen companies, I've done large companies, I've pulled back 15,000 results before, 15,000 people within the company, their positions, titles, everything. There we go, so it's starting to pull the contacts. So we can see Linda Magnotti, manager, conference planning and events. Kim Davidson, faculty member. Mark Marturdi, financial manager. Dong Shen, I lost his title anyways. Matt Mitro, senior manager of packaging film. So it's going to keep going on. So we have different areas that we can target and go after for Heinz based on their position. And as an attacker, I typically go for the path of least resistance, right? So I'm going after different departments that are going to fit in line with my fantasy that I'm building, that pretext of that attack that I'm building to target and exploit that company. So it's going to run through. Now what's nice about this is everything that's in ReconNG is database driven. So all of these will be automatically created and inserted into our database. And then there's what's called a mangle script. And what the mangle script will do is it'll take all these results here, and you give it the first dot last name syntax at us.hjheinz.com, and it will generate all the email addresses for us automatically. So now we have a full list of all the email addresses that we need, that we want to target, their positions and titles that we want to go and target, and now we're ready to go for our attack on the organization. See what I talk about information overload? Pretty crazy. It's going to take a while. I mean, there's probably like 15,000 people. Information technology there, manager of information technology, Jeff Garden. Out of Pittsburgh. So I mean, we got a lot of great stuff available to us to be able to target and attack. So let me just show you the mangle real quick. I'm going to cancel out of this because there's just it's going to probably go on for like an hour. So here's the mangle one. So use recon, contact, support, mangle. What I did is I just did a search for mangle and I found it. You do a show options. And you can see here, say the domain name, and then the pattern is first name dot last name. So it's already set for us. We don't need to configure anything else. We set those, again, if I let it run through its whole thing of grabbing all the names. We set that. We set the first name dot last name. We run it through and it goes through and it does everything for us. Pretty cool? Any questions on recon? There's so many other things that you can do. I mean, it'll scrape Google. Jigsaw is the one that we use it for predominantly. But you can see you can do geolocationing. You can do Bing, Shodan. Everybody familiar with Shodan? So being able to, it's basically a service that's mapped to internet, all of its ports and protocols and everything, so you can associate specific domain names or IP addresses with a customer that you're going after. You can already see their ports and protocols without having to port scan them so they don't get detected. There's just a lot of different modules here that you can build, all available to you. What's that? No, Bravo Hacks did SMB exec. Yeah, it's hang on. Nope. Here it is right here. Pentest Geek, but he's got a specific name. I can't believe I'm escaping it. Royce Davis. Yep, Royce Davis wrote the initial script. Now, last time I tried the Jigsaw script, so originally, Royce found this to be able to extract all information. He's the guy that found this exposure in Jigsaw. And so everybody started using this. It became a lot more popular, so they wrote a lot of anti-bot scripts against it. So I believe that as soon as you run this, it bans you instantaneously from being able to do it again. Your IP address. So that's why when you use Recon, it does the cookie manipulation technique. It allows you to basically circumvent that and get around it to be able to extract all the information that you want to, not worry about it. So it works out really well. Any questions on this? You can export it to a CSV. You can export it to an HTML file. It doesn't matter. You can specify those. I usually just do CSV, and I'll do CSV with the position and title, so I can kind of match who I want to go after. Any questions on that? Cool. Why don't we take a break? We'll come back and I'll do the other two talks, okay? It's hot in here, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
You, sorry, I wore shorts.
Yeah.